Hey, this is Mark Dhamma, high performance coach to entrepreneurs, and this video is about 7 signs that you are burnt out and what to do about it. So the first part of the video is about the 7 signs so you know if you're burnt out or not, and then the last part of the video is going to be about what to do about it. So make sure you stick around for that so you actually know what to do. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to want to subscribe to this channel because I'm going to help you look, feel, and perform at your best. And if you're not an entrepreneur, don't subscribe to this channel. All right, let's get into it. Now, I have to admit that my wife is actually the inspiration for this video today. And the reason is she's an entrepreneur, and a couple of days ago, she told me that she thinks she's burnt out. And my response to that was, yeah, I think you are. And I'm not surprised because you don't listen to anything I have to say about performance. None of it. I didn't say that to her, but I just said, oh, darling, yeah, let's work this out. So I know there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there, and maybe you, that's why you're watching this video, feel like you're burnt out too. So a little bit about my wife. She has a company called Swirly Curly Hair. She sells hair products and education for women with afro type hair. And she's been doing it for a few years. And then recently I've started to notice, well, not just recently, for quite a while actually, I've started to notice some of these signs that you may notice in yourself. So the first one that she was complaining, not really complaining about, but well, yeah, she was complaining about it. And maybe you're noticing this yourself. The first one is fatigue, constant tiredness. If you're tired, you get enough sleep, but you just wake up and you're still tired. Throughout the day, you're feeling tired, you're just dragging. And if you're just feeling fatigued overall, this is one of the signs of burnout. Just being tired, feeling tired. Now, that has obviously got to do with your sleep quality, sleep length. Talk about that on different videos. It's also got a lot to do with your diet. It's also got a lot to do with how much you're moving. We're going to talk about this later, but this is one of the signs, just constant fatigue. And with my wife, she's been tired a long time, and she's been getting to bed a lot later than me as well. So this is one of the first things that showed up. So fatigue. Number 2, and this is terrible for your business, decreased motivation. Now, my wife has had decreased motivation for the business, I would say about 3 months. And she's just not putting as much effort in, just not doing as much, partly because she's tired, and partly she even told me that, she doesn't want to do it anymore. She's just not motivated. And maybe you feel like that too. If you're at the point where you're like, man, I don't even want to do my business anymore, maybe you can get out of it. Is there a way I can close it down? Is there a way I can sell it? Sometimes that's a great idea. Usually it's a great idea if it was planned. If you plan to do this, if it's just at the point that your motivation is sagging and you just don't feel like it anymore, it could be because you're burnt out, and likely is. And if it is you, wait to the end because we're going to talk about what you can do about it. But motivation, this is a big sign. If you was really passionate about the business and you just started dropping because you're in it every day, this is something that needs to get sorted out right away because your business is going to suffer. And my wife's business has suffered because the motivation has dropped, and that's going to happen to you. So fatigue and motivation, if 2 of these are showing up right now, good sign you're burnt out. Let's move to number 3. Number 3, cognitive performance. I'm going to go on this side. Cognitive performance. What does that mean? It means that your brain ain't working. Basically, your brain isn't working as good anymore. It's harder to make decisions. You find yourself making poor decisions. My wife said to me the other day, she's like, I think I've been making poor decisions in my business. I've been struggling to make good decisions. And I'm like, yeah, because you're not doing any of the stuff to make sure that you're performing at your best. You're not doing any of it. So no doubt your cognitive performance is going to drop. Your cognitive, I didn't put my red arrow down red arrow. Imagine there's a down red arrow. Cognitive performance declines, meaning cognitive demanding tasks that are hard that may have taken you a short amount of time, let's say 30 minutes, now might take you an hour or more, just because your brain capacity is not there. That's another sign of burnout. Cognitive performance drops, which is terrible if you're an entrepreneur, because the results in your business is really down to the quality of decisions that you make. So if you're not making quality decisions because your cognitive performance has dropped, bad news for your business. big sign of burnout. Number 4, irritability. Are you being irritable and getting angry at maybe your work colleagues, people who work for your employees, maybe your business partners, maybe your husband? You're getting really irritable with them. Are you just angry and pissed off? Another sign of burnout. Fatigue, lack of motivation, reduced cognitive performance, irritability, things just bothering you a lot more. One of the signs you burn out. And if you're not sure if you're irritable or not, ask your spouse. They'll let you know. Number 5, reduced performance and productivity. All right, this is kind of like number 3. Actually, reduced performance, it's just taking you longer to do stuff. You're just not as productive. During the day, you're not getting as much things done. This is cognitive performance, just your inability to use your brain at the best. Things take you longer. And this is kind of linked back to your motivation. Productivity drops. It's just not as good as what it was before. Maybe your employees are noticing the things that are slipping. If you have business partners, they're noticing things are slipping. Your cognitive performance also means making decisions at home. If your work performance, your productivity is dipping, another sign. So, all right, you caught me out. These two are kind of the same. Let's move on to number 6. Number 6, serious one, depression. So depression kind of summarizes all of these, 1 through 5. Depression summarizes them all, but you also might just be feeling sad. Not only irritable, you might just be feeling sad, okay? If you're getting feelings of sadness, loneliness, perhaps you're isolating yourself, you're not hanging out with friends as much, you're not being very social anymore, you're feeling lonely, this can all happen if you're burnt out. This is a big sign of depression. Depression is a big sign, especially if you start isolating yourself and not speaking to people and becoming less social. Watch out for this one. And last but not least, number 7, decreased physical health. So this shows up as getting sick more often. Okay, getting colds, getting flu, just not feeling at your best physically. You might even start getting gut problems. It all relates to burnout. So if you've got one of these symptoms, you might not be burnt out. If you've got a multitude of these symptoms, you're probably burnt out. So let's go into what you should do about it. Let's look at how to deal with burnout. All right, so what to do about it? Well, the first thing I said to my wife, and I'm saying to you, if this is what you're dealing with, burnout right now, is step 1, take some time off. Take some time off. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, Mark, there's no way I can take any time off. There's too much going on. I'm too busy right now. I just can't do it. Well, if that's what you're thinking, then you definitely need time off. You got to make it happen. Whatever you need to do to make it happen, you need time off, because you're in a downward spiral and it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse until your business is a mess, which is what happened to my wife. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse. She needs some time off. You need some space to think. Most people find, well, entrepreneurs usually find that when they take the time off and they recover and they can get like a step back from the business and you can see what's going on, all of a sudden you start getting solutions. Oh, I could do this differently. Oh, I could do that differently. Actually reminds me of a close friend and personal mentor of mine, Peter Carey. He's got a book called The Freedom Entrepreneur. And Peter went from absolute burnout to manage to run his business in just 4 hours a week, literally the 4-hour work week, making more revenue, making more profit than ever before. And it took Peter, he took a whole month off his business. And he didn't think he would be able to, but he managed to figure out how to take a whole month off. And he said in that month, he recuperated and he just masterminded how to rework his business so that he could only work 4 hours a day. 4 hours a week. And it worked for him. So if he can do it, you can do it. I really recommend that you, as an entrepreneur, the minimum amount of time off you have a week is 2 days. 2 days a week. Legendary business coach Dan Sullivan of Strategic Coach, he also agrees. He says 2 24-hour periods a week where you are completely off from work. You don't think about business, you don't read about business, you don't do anything to do with your business. You take it completely off. And I'm going to tell you on number 6, what to do with that time. But essentially you have totally free time. Because have you ever noticed that when you're not thinking about business, like you're in the shower maybe, that you just have insights come to you? Insights come from your unconscious mind into your conscious, like major breakthroughs, usually when you're not actively thinking about the thing you're working on. Einstein, to solve a problem, would usually think really, really hard on a problem and then forget about it. And then the unconscious mind comes up with the solution later on. So time off, I recommend 2 days a week. If you're burnt out, you need longer. Ideally a week or 2, minimum a week if you're burnt out. A week or 2, and then you want to come back to your business, figuring out how you can work less and implement some of the other things we're about to talk about here. So first step, take some time off. Step 2, major step when it comes to burnout. You gotta optimize your sleep. This is one of the major causes of burnout, optimizing sleep. I found it sleep, this next one we're gonna talk about, and then also just not planning your day effectively, working on all the minor things in the business rather than the major things. If your sleep is dialed in, and I've got videos here, I've got a masterclass on sleep, I've got other videos where we talk about sleep on my YouTube channel. So I've got a lot of content about sleep, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. You definitely want to optimize your sleep. If you're optimizing your sleep, you're probably not going to get burnt out. If you don't have optimized sleep, you're going to get burnt out, which is one of the things that happened to my wife. She was going to bed anytime between 10 and 12 p.m. midnight, most nights, and then waking up. We had a baby. We still do have a baby. We've got 3 kids. But our baby, 1 year old, was waking up multiple times throughout the night, at least once per night. My wife was feeding her, giving her breast milk. So she was going to bed between 10 and 12. She was waking up at least one time throughout the night. Then we have other 2 kids that come in and wake her up too, peed the bed or just whatever reason they could think about to wake us up. So she was getting woken up at least once per night. And then our youngest son, Bodhi, he wakes up 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m., every single night, every single morning, no doubt. So he'd wake her up. So she was getting maybe 6 good hours a night. And if anything like that's happening to you, yeah, you're gonna get burnt out real quick. So number 3, so to optimize your sleep, lots of resources there. Check out my masterclass on Master Your Sleep, Master Your Business. That's gonna help you out the most. Number 3, nutrition. Boom. If you're eating junk food, or if you're not eating enough calories, if you're not optimizing your nutrition, then how's your brain and body going to function at its best? If you've got a Ferrari, do you go to the gas station and put the cheapest fuel in your Ferrari? Hell no, you don't. You put the nicest, cleanest, best, highest quality, most expensive fuel in your Ferrari. Because why did you buy a Ferrari? Sure, you bought it to look good and show off, but you also bought it to go fast, to perform at its best. And you got to think about yourself as the Ferrari. You're the one who drives the business. You want to look, feel, and perform at your best. And you're only going to do that by putting the highest quality nutrition into your engine, into your mouth, so you can perform at your best. You can go fast. You can grow your business fast. You can get everything done and feel great while you're doing it. You're the Ferrari. Go fast by having the best quality nutrition. And again, I'm about to be putting up a lot more videos on nutrition, so we'll go into that later. But just know that if you're not eating good, no doubt you're gonna get burnt out. Your cognitive performance is gonna drop. Okay, you got inflammation in your brain, in your body. You're not gonna be able to make the best decisions. High quality nutrition, high performance diet. Notice I didn't say have a healthy diet. No, you wanna have a supercharged diet. Healthy diets for everybody else. Everyone else can have a healthy diet, that's fine. But you as an entrepreneur, as that Ferrari, you need a supercharged diet. You gotta take it a level up. So again, in the videos, I'm gonna be coming soon, I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos on supercharged nutrition, how to optimize. Let's move to number 4. You gotta get a solid morning routine. Morning routine. I'm going to explain why and what should be in your morning routine. Before I do, look, there's some very successful entrepreneurs whose morning routine is wake up, have a coffee, and get to work. Okay? And that works for a lot of people. That's great. I say do that if, one, you're not burnt out. And you're probably just not still watching this if you are not burnt out. So if you're burnt out, you want to get a morning routine. And do it if you know that after you get your work done in the morning, you're definitely going to do the things that make a great morning routine in the afternoon. So let's talk about what some of those things are. So in a morning routine, I recommend you do things like meditate, okay? Meditation, relax, go out for a walk, get some sun in your eyes, listen to positive affirmations like Dominate Your Day, which I'll put a link to below. This is something I created, which has not just positive affirmations, it's built with the latest technology in positive psychology. It's also got hypnotherapy in it. It helps you maximize your day, maximize your productivity, get your brain working at its best so you feel amazing and you have a fantastically productive day and get you a really good high vibration to make the most of it. So a morning routine such as Dominate Your Day, I recommend. Other things you can do, breathing exercises, exercise, whatever you feel like you'd like to do. Maybe read a book, journal, pray. I highly recommend praying in the morning. That's something I do and every morning, so I really recommend you pray. But you want to be doing things that help you feel good, that help you feel mind right for the day, help you in a positive state, because when you're in a positive state, the research found that you actually become more creative, that you start to see other ways to solve problems, which is very important as an entrepreneur because you're solving problems. It also, when you're in a positive state, it allows you to see more opportunities. And that's what we do, right? As an entrepreneur, you're looking for opportunities and exploiting them. That's what we do. So having a powerful morning routine is so important. Like I said, if you prefer just to get straight to work, that's fine. But just make sure that you're doing these things in the afternoon once you've got your main thing done with the work. For me, I know that if once I start work, it's really hard for me to stop. I'll just keep working, and then I won't do things like exercise, meditate, except breathe, do breathing exercise, etc., etc. So you've got to know yourself. If you're burnt out, you need a solid morning routine. Number 5, relating back to that morning routine, is to exercise daily. Daily. That means every day do some type of movement, some type of exercise. What it doesn't mean is absolutely kill yourself every day by working out so hard that you're sore and you're so tired and exhausted for the rest of the day. No, that's not what it means. Exercise every day, I really should call it move every day, means that some days you go really hard and another day you'll do some light stretching, you'll go for a long walk, getting your 10,000 steps in, you'll do some sports, and then another day you'll do some yoga, and then the next day you might go really hard with some weights. Basically, you got to move every day because we're human beings and that's what we're designed to do, to move every day, whether it's walking, climbing, running, cycling, swimming, playing sports, whatever. Just do something every day because that is going to train your metabolism, it's going to give you more energy, and it's going to make you feel a lot better mentally. One of the best things you can do if you're suffering from depression is exercise daily. One of the very best things you can do. Same if your physical health is low, exercise daily. If your physical health is low, you might not be able to push it as hard. You won't be able to be as intense. That's fine. Still exercise daily. That leads us to our last step for today. Number 6, play. Have fun. Play. It's not about just grinding, hustling till we totally burn out and hate our life. No, you got to go out and play. Ideally every day, whether it's play a sport, whether it's dance, whatever you like to do, play, schedule it. Schedule it in your week, schedule it in your day. When are you gonna play? One of the things I love to do is playing with my kids. In fact, we was talking about my wife. Yesterday, my wife got on the trampoline with the kids. I haven't seen my wife had so much fun in months, maybe in a whole year. I've not seen her have so much fun as like jumping around with the kids on the trampoline, bouncing hard, trying to knock them off balance and throw them around. And the kids loved it. They had so much fun. They were playing. That's one of the best things you can do as an entrepreneur to recover from burnout, to play, have fun. So, got to remember, if you're an entrepreneur, you've got to picture yourself like the sun. Okay, the sun puts so much love, so much light, so much energy onto our planet that everything flourishes. The plants, the animals, everything flourishes because of the sun. Now, if the sun burnt out, everything on planet Earth dies. Everything's gone, all gone, everything's dead if our sun burns out. And you got to see yourself as the sun. You got to make sure that you're investing in yourself to keep yourself bright, to keep yourself radiant, so that you can pour that love, pour that energy, pour that light into your business, into your family, into your friends, into your health, into every area of your life that's important to you. You've got to take care of yourself. It's no good you being burnt out because your business suffers and everybody else in your life suffers. So treat yourself like the sun. Now, if you want help, if you're feeling burnt out or you want help looking, feeling, and performing at your best, click the link below. It's going to be in one of the comments there. Book a free call with my team and we'll show you how we can help you, and we'll at least help you out on the call. If you want to work with us to get some more in-depth, in-person help, we've got a few programs available where we can help you look, feel, and perform at your best, increase your energy, increase your focus so that you can grow your business faster without the burnout. So if you're an entrepreneur, book a call below and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much.